So as promised, I had to do a follow-up to the announcement trailer for upcoming game Astropulse Reincarnation, the new single-player sci-fi third-person shooter / RPG. The game is being developed in Unreal Engine by Imaginary Studios, and it shows. The graphics are amazing, the storyline looks to be very unique and comes with an epic lore. As it would seem, the devs have much more in store for us than just a game. We're going to be taking a very deep dive on this one. Now mind you, things will flow a little bit differently in this one. The devs have released tons of information about this game rather quickly. One thing you will notice is as we dive into each particular area, you will get some pieces of the background and lore of this game. It seems to be a pattern that I've noticed in reading through the information that I believe is rather intentional and pretty cool. So the plan is to deliver the information in the same way the devs intended and not rob you guys of the experience. So let's start with an overview of the game coming straight from the devs. I think you guys will pick up on this right away. Astropulse is a sweeping sci-fi saga by Imaginary Studios that spans multiple media platforms including games, film, novels, and more. This transmedia odyssey covers billions of years of history, beginning 250 million years ago with Astropulse, a mysterious force that arrives on Earth. This cosmic event unleashes a global disaster that alters the destiny of humanity. In this broken world, new life forms, civilizations, and factions arise in the complex struggle for survival. Amidst the eerie glow of the neon haze, a young hero and his allies set out to challenge a doomed fate. Join us in this epic story of courage and rebellion in the face of an unpredictable future shaped by Astropulse. So in addition to the lore, what jumps out to me is the fact that they mention film, novels, and more. On their website, you can find a reference to a prequel novel titled The Fool's Journey. The synopsis goes as follows. This tale traces Hall's past. Who's Hall? Before his rise as the apostle and phase transformation into a prophetess. It follows a unique crew's journey across the wasteland, tasked with protecting a mysterious boy hidden in a container. Their adventure leads them through deserts and the neon haze, aiming for the ruins of Elysium on the west coast. So to my knowledge, and you guys feel free to correct me if I'm wrong, but there are no films or novels, let alone a prequel novel associated with this game at the moment. In my mind, this leads to only one conclusion. Imaginary Games is pretty high on this game, especially if they are planning films and books based on it. Is the story really worth a feature film though? Will we get memorable and or iconic characters in an intriguing and captivating story? At the moment, I would have to say all indications would say yes. Why say yes, you may ask? Well, let's break down what we know so far about the game and perhaps answer that question along with many others you may be having at this point. So what exactly is Astropulse? Simply put, is an evolutionary energy from outer space. In the context of the storyline, and according to the devs, Astropulse is an enigmatic cosmic force that came to Earth with meteorites, leaving behind traces that over eons triggered a global cataclysm, changing the path of evolution. One of the impacted is an alien race born in the frozen depths of the Antarctic. After somehow fusing with Astropulse traces, they create an undying army with a new tree of life and 12 apostles, aiming to destroy the human world and restart civilization. Now, that's a lot. Also, as a result of this cosmic force coming to Earth, the population and environment on the planet have changed drastically. Fast forward 250 million years since the incident, and yes, I said 250 million years since, hope that's not a typo, the human race is in a fight for survival. A number of different life forms have emerged, factions have formed, heroes have emerged along with some very deadly villains. Now let's check out the main storyline from the devs. The main story centers on an artificially created life form, caught in escalating conflict between two factions, the Frontiers and the 19 Union. As a group called the Vorfs, make note of that, initiate a widespread invasion, forcing humanity to unite. Amidst the war, our protagonist, who has not quite been named yet, undergoes rapid growth, aligning with legendary allies and heroes. He confronts and defies a seemingly inevitable tragic destiny. This, in my mind, sets the stage for some pretty epic characters and battles to come. So who are the players in this soon-to-be feature film, and what are their backgrounds? The first character is Hall, whom I think is the best candidate for the main character based on what we know so far. He is a nomad who fights the infected relentlessly. After losing his family to the V-virus, he became a personification of vengeance and anguish. His quest started in 2036 when he revamped his vintage vehicle in his workshop. He set out to both eradicate the infected and discover the truth, which involves the source of the disaster and his own identity. At some point, Hall becomes one of the 12 apostles, which I will break down later. Next, there's the original apostle, Nada the Hemecula. The blood she carries is the foundation for making apostles, and also a very powerful weapon. She can harden blood into different shapes, allowing her to stab through the hearts of her foes. I imagine this will make for some pretty cool animations. Then there's the being called the One. The One is a super consciousness or cosmic being that exists only in higher dimensions. According to the website, the One watches and affects the destinies of all things. No one has been able to verify the existence of such a being, but the concept seems to permeate ancient human myths and texts, and has even become the source of some religions. Next up is Eileen, an apparition born under the effect of the V-virus. Essentially, she is one of the outcasts, a faction I will explain later. Her body is warped and rotting. This, along with her mental issues, makes her want to end her life. That is, until she meets Mark Lynch, who brings her into a group of outcasts. Together they create a secret haven near the edge of a peaceful town known as Kale. Last but not least, there's the young girl Faye. Faye is an ordinary girl living in the town of Jacksonville. Virus, nuclear blast, and the ensuing neon haze shattered her once normal life. As a survivor of the V-virus, Faye tries to understand what exactly has changed her. What strange meaning do these endless overlapping visions and lucid dreams have? Why does blue blood drip from her nose? Faye's destiny changes dramatically the day she meets the nomad Hall. I think Faye will have a very important role in this game. All in all, I think these characters and their background set the stage for a very good story to unfold. It kind of feels like they were created for a movie or a novel. There's so much depth to them. It's going to be interesting to see how things play out. So now let's dive into the factions. First up is the 19 Union, a bioengineering empire located in eastern North America. According to the devs, they control 3 havens with Aegis barriers. It will be interesting to see what these look like. I can only presume they are designed to keep the infected out. 19 Union used to be 19 Technology, the pharmaceutical company responsible for spreading the V-virus worldwide through a project called Third Eye, which in my mind makes them the ultimate villain in this story. Some of their attributes are expertise in biotech and genetic engineering. They have well-rounded biosoldiers, and of course the havens and Aegis barriers. Next are the Frontiers. The Frontiers, who are located on the West Coast, are what one would probably call freedom fighters. They were formed by North American militias that felt the government was responsible for a V-virus outbreak back in 2033. They were used by the then 19 Tech to overthrow the government and were later betrayed by 19 Tech as they seized power for themselves and became the 19 Union. This is the act which led to almost decade-long conflict between the two factions. Some notable features of the Frontiers faction are intro fight and relic technology, elite soldiers called the Ravens, and diverse and highly self-reliant combat brigades. Next up are the Grim Knoll, an alien civilization led by the 12 Apostles that rules over billions of mutated infected. They have paranormal abilities they receive from Astropulse. Their goal is to wipe out all other species, completing the unfulfilled task of their ancient forerunners. Some of their features are 12 apostles and their broods. They can assimilate other life forms, and Scarab and Living Earth expansion, whatever that is. The fourth and last faction mentioned are the outcasts. Outcasts are humans who have undergone special mutations caused by the V virus. They retain human thoughts, but have noticeable physical deformities that cause them to be seen as monsters. They have superior lifespans and functions, but suffer from serious mental problems. They value humanity and life. Many of them are captured by 19 Union and transformed into bioweapons. The lucky ones are able to escape to the outskirts, where they discover their unique abilities in the neon haze. Their features are strong physical skills, prosthesis and cybernetic implants, and the ability to survive in the neon haze. So as you can see, during your journey you will encounter a pretty diverse set of characters, including some pretty gnarly flora and fauna during your quest. The adventure will take you all over North America, Europe somehow, and even Antarctica. I think at this point you guys should have a pretty good idea of what's to come, and also be able to answer our original question. Is this storyline worth a feature film? You guys already have my answer. I'd love to hear what you guys think in the comments. So that's it for this one. Be on the lookout for the next installment on this game, where we'll likely take a dive into the gameplay and mechanics, or I may just take you guys through the Astropulse Academy and dive further into the lore. In any event, thanks for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe, and follow. Once again, I'm the big dog in the room, and this is Big Dog Still Gaming. See you guys next time.